But that forehand Brad talked about, kissing the line, so it's a 30-love lead.
Big temptation here also for Novak Djokovic is to look at the clock. They've played 1 hour and 23 minutes for a 7-5 first set, so he has to resist that temptation to finish points too quickly.
That's a bad idea, Darren, to
I
not
think so.
Still be willing to grind.
Yeah, that's the example, that slice that gets Nadal in trouble. You see him taking a little practice swing there. He sits there. He's got to get more on that. Otherwise, he is allowing Djokovic to take control of the point pretty easily.
Yeah, if you were to chart the slice backhands, the Novak can run around and hit a forehand. Rafa's going to win very few of those points. Rare serve and volley from Djokovic. Each of these guys has done that like a handful of times in the whole tournament.
Mr. Rod Laver.
Nadal clumped 3 serve and volley plays together in one match against Lachko. He did one other serve and volley the entire tournament coming in here. And Novak a couple times the whole tournament. He may put that away for a while now.
I don't think, yeah. It's probably not going to decide this match.
Good at 40-15, didn't cost him. So you're saying the temptation is when you look at the clock and you see, oh boy, I've played a long time and I'm a set behind. I got to catch up and sort of lose your patience, you think?
I think that Djokovic is very, very good at managing his body and managing the tempo of the match. So I don't think I think he's feeling it a little bit in his legs, but I think he can fight through that, and I think he'll play the grinding long points when he has to. I don't think he's going to think I'm going to wear down Nadal, because Nadal is fresher coming into this. Now he has in the past, the last couple of times they played, but I don't see that happening tonight. I don't think he can look at the clock and say, hey, if I can get it to 3.5, 4 hours, I've got this one. He knows he's going to execute his game.
And this is a big game also for Rafa, because he made the point that Andy Murray made a mistake early games of the 4th set when he was up 2-1, and Rafa's just won a physical first set. You know he's going to come out here fighting hard. Big intensity.
He really felt that even though Murray battled back to 5-all in the 5th, he threw away his chance at the win by letting up after gaining the lead. Rafa hasn't exactly been able to step on Novak's throat with the lead. That was what the problem was in those Indian Wells and Miami matches that turned the entire year. We've talked about them. Won the first set, a long grinding tiebreak set. Gave up the break early in the second and got in a hole.
There's the first double fault of the match right there.
There's 2 bad ball tosses in a row.
Would that be is a wind factor now?
It's coming down again a bit, Patrick. It comes in fits and spurts. But he's certainly playing with a small breeze, but it sort of shoots in here and then disappears.
Yeah, to me, that opening set, Chris, reminds me a lot of the opening set in the Nadal-Federer match, where Federer got off really quickly. Nadal was struggling, but Nadal worked his way into that set. And even though he lost it, he felt confident and felt some momentum. I feel the same way now. That Djokovic started really poorly, pretty slow and sluggish. He worked his way back, almost won the set, but I feel like he's more comfortable now than he was in the beginning of the match, even though he's a set down. Starting to play, I feel, more at his tempo now, and his footwork is getting a little bit better. Saw him just before the previous point sort of bouncing around, trying to get those feet moving. He's been a little off rhythm with his footwork. There's another example there. He's kind of reaching. You got to give Nadal credit. He's mixed things up. But normally, a 77-mile-an-hour second serve is not going to be missed that wildly by Djokovic.
But I like your parallel, and they can draw each guy. Rafa against Roger, and Novak against Nadal. The fact that their regular game plan is a proven commodity. They know they can rely on their game plan to get them back in the match. His forehands were hitting the line in the first set. It's easier to say, don't take your foot off the gas. Don't let him grab momentum. But against a guy this tough, Nadal is in danger of doing just that.
Now that double fault was a killer.
Long conversation with himself. Djokovic just smacked his thigh with his hand there. Still has a break point. Was on the ropes for 4 or 5 exchanges in that rally. Big forehand turned it around.
It was terrific stuff there. Nadal again goes for an aggressive shot there. Continues to change the direction with his backhand. He talked about that in one of his press conferences, how well Djokovic does that, can constantly change the direction of the ball. He did it twice in a row to win that point. This would be a huge hold from Nadal to get out of this service game.
Djokovic caught leaning to his right. Beaten by a 108-mile-per-hour ace. Looks like the breeze is kicking up.
At the start of the match, we asked the boys in the ESPN truck to start charting every time Rafa went to a slice backhand how often he would win those points. So we'll find it out for you after a couple of sets.
If the wind is still at his back, that's a tougher shot to control. And it looked like it was picking up before that point.
And the reason why we obviously asked to chart that particular statistic is we didn't think it was a great thing for Rafa to do, to go to the slice backhand when he has an option. And this looks good.
Djokovic satisfied it didn't catch the line. Nadal digs on with a pair of break points.